Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. My name is Nellie Greer, and I will be your host tonight. Tonight's topic is going to be on the immune system. I'm going to give you a little definition of the immune system, and then I'm going to let you know what all it entitles. The immune system, the bodily system that protects the body from foreign substances, cells, and tissues by producing the immune response, and that includes the thymus, the spleen, the lymph nodes, special deposits of lymphoid tissues, as in the gastrointestinal tract and bone marrow, lymphocytes, including the B cells and T cells, and antibodies. Now, the organs that the immune system is comprised of is tonsils and adenoids, lymph nodes, thymus, lymphatic vessels, appendix, spleen, and bone marrow. Now, tonight we're going to talk about the different products, the different food groups, and different essential oils that you can use in helping, in balancing and enhancing, restoring the immune system back to normal health. Now, we have a picture that you can see the cells of the immune system, so that when we talk about feeding the immune system, you have the stem cell, so that what we talk about in feeding the stem cell, then you realize as to all the different areas in the body that the stem cell feeds. And so, have you ever been sick and you do just about everything and you can't seem to get well? Or are you one of those folks that wherever you go, you end up catching whatever is going around? Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the different things that you can start using so that you can help your immune system to restore and to enhance, so that you're able to get healthy again. Pictures again on the as to where the thymus is, and the bone marrow, and the spleen, and the lymph. That's another photograph that you can see a better picture of. Now, we're going to start in talking about when the body gets invaded by, when the blood cell gets invaded with any of the, it gets attacked by bacteria, or it gets attacked by parasites and fungal and SARS viruses, you realize that when you get invaded with these conditions, your immune system either kicks in gear and it helps you out, or you really get sick. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Now, to start off, we have essential oils, brain power. We're going to talk about that one first. And the brain power, what it is brain power is when you talk about how you start talking and all of a sudden you can't remember a name, or you can't remember a number, or you know, you try to recollect certain things and you're sort of, you can't remember anything. Brain power is an oil that a lot of the times what it is deficiency in minerals, number one. But brain power is actually an oil that by putting it on the thumb, putting a drop on your thumb, and then putting it in your mouth, the roof of your mouth, and holding it against the roof of your mouth and breathing, you're able to assist in delivering that frequency of that oil directly to brain. So the concept is that you end up sparking the brain to function. Now, the brain power consists of frankincense. It's got a lot of holy oils, and sandalwood, melissa, cedarwood, blue cypress, Australian, lavender, helichrysum, and these are just a few. These oils are very powerful. They do pass the blood-brain barrier, and so in assisting is that it gives you an immediate return so that you can think clearer. If it's studying that you're doing and recollecting, it's one of the oils that you can put in the palm of your hand, a drop or two, and breathe it, and you're able to recollect, but also study and retain. And it's also good as an everyday oil to do, to being able to work with the brain so that you sort of get back to the way it used to be when you were younger. Now, essential oils can be done on the tip of your nose. They can be done on your wrist. You can put it on the palm of your hand and breathe it. You can also put it on your chest. You can also put it on your feet, and you can also put it on the spine, on the upper spine. Now, the immune power is another essential oils, and immune power, it's exactly that. It actually is programmed pretty much to be able to assist in enhancing and helping the immune system to work better, so that as whatever you have, it has more of a tendency to be able to heal and address those very conditions that you might have. The immune power, it is said that if you have an inner ear infection, if you have lupus, and it actually is good because it's one of the oils that in putting it on the spine, it does help you with that. It is said that it is a powerful blend of building, strengthening, and protecting the body and supporting its defense mechanism. Diffusing immune power protects the home environment, especially during the seasons of cold and flu. Immune power has been found to reverse symptoms of lupus and inner ear infections. Also, if you have the ringing in the ear, it helps with that as well. Most of the oils that are in here are citrus, frankincense, oregano, Idaho tansy, cumin, clove, hyssop, ravensara, mountain savory, and those are all oils within the one, and each oil has a certain delivery system for a specific condition. That's the second oil. Ledum is an oil that I wanted to talk about that helps the immune system as well. And this oil is good for cirrhosis. It's good for fatty liver. It's good for obesity, edema, influenza, allergies, bronchitis, and thyroid regulation. The reason why I picked this one is because this one you can put it in a little bit of milk. You can put it in a little piece of bread, and you can take it internal. You can put it in water and tea and drink it. And you can also breathe it. You can put it on the tip of your nose. And you can put it on the spine as well, on the lower spine. And so these are anti-inflammatory. They're antibacterial. They're diuretic. And also decongestant. They're anti-tumoral as well, the Ledum is. And so in working with the immune system, I sort of picked the three oils that I thought that were more specific as to what we were talking about today. Now, we also, the colostrum. The colostrum is a milk goat colostrum, and it is high in protein. It is the pre-milk substance. It is what mothers give babies 8 hours after they're born, And so the idea is that when babies are born, they're subjected to all these different environmental pollutants. And when the mother was carrying the baby, the mother was taking care of all that. But when the baby's born, it's on its own now. And so by the mother giving the baby the first initial milk, which is the colostrum, it actually passes on all the nutrients so the baby can then deal with all the environmental pollutants. And that's the reason why some babies, when they're born, they're like always sick. Or you have some babies that have, their constitution is a lot stronger, and it's because those kids have been breastfed and the others have not. And the other principle is that is the reason why so many babies, when they're born, they always have these fevers going on. They have high temperatures all the time because their bodies are fighting off the very things that they're subjected to. So now that's colostrum. And colostrum, when we talk about immune system, we need something to help us to charge the immune system to working so that it deals with whatever condition that we're working with. So colostrum is the same principle as what babies receive. A lot of times as we get older, the choices that we make, maybe drugs or maybe alcohol or maybe not eating good, and a lot of stress, those are all things that compromise our immune system. And that is our first fighting chance. That is what we have to work on, is the immune system. And so colostrum is one of the things that we always suggest when people come in and have an ongoing condition that they can't seem to kick, and they're always dealing with the same problems. And so colostrum is one of the things that we have them do. Now laminine is actually avian egg, and laminine is actually a stem cell food. Now when you remember that picture that we showed about the stem cell and how all the different, by feeding the stem cell, how every other part of the immune system is addressed, that is what laminine does. It's actually it's avian egg that has been taken. It's the egg that has been taken and it's been incubated for 8 hours, and they have injected it with additional phytonutrients. And when we take that, it's feeding the stem cell, and it's considered, it's the fibroblast that they talk about, how it's the growth factors that actually feed the stem cell. And it is said that for folks that have conditions like maybe a hormonal imbalance, or maybe hearing impairment, or diabetes, or arthritis, autoimmune, all lupus, Lyme disease, and all these different conditions, laminine works really amazing for those individuals. The turnaround is quite, it's quick. It's not, people always call back and stating all the different things that are happening that are new. Hormonally, they're in balance. They are able to sleep better. Their melatonin is good. They don't have to take so many prescription medication. A lot of times they get off of the antidepressant medication. So these are all different medication and pharmaceuticals. They all tend to deplete you of the very essential minerals that our bodies need, and that is what we need for the immune system. The laminine does a lot of different things. It's good protein, and but it addresses a lot of different things like skin, any fungal condition, any diabetes and balancing of sugar, and arthritis. Those are pretty big ones. Our next one is FrequenSea. And FrequenSea is actually a juice that we've talked about in other programs, and it's phytoplankton. And the story went that Frank Farmer, we did a program about him. He's the oceanographer that was actually putting phytoplankton in the tanks and treating the waters before they released it in the ocean. And one of the things he himself ended up, was reported that he had lung cancer. And he, when he was told about it, he had gone home and he told his family. And anyway, he had diabetes, and he was overweight, and he couldn't lose weight, and blood sugar was steadily, he just couldn't regulate it. But the story went that he ended up, as he was putting the phytoplankton in the water, some of it remained on his fingers, and he licked his fingers, and when he said his daughter saw him lick his fingers, and he kind of said, his daughter said, "Dad, what are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, what? That's gonna kill me? I don't think so, and I'm gonna die anyway." And so the idea went that he continued to do this, being mindful, didn't really care, and he continued to do it. And what happened was a blessing, because when he went back to the doctor and they tested him again, they kind of said, "You know, don't know quite what's going on, but it seems like your the tumor is, there's a little white substance that's covering the tumor. Don't know what that's about, and but it looks like it's smaller." And so he went home and he told the family, and in talking to the family, he started to think about this milky substance that the doctor had said that was encapsulating the tumor. And so the idea was that he realized that the milky substance was the phytoplankton. So he continued to do this, now more in a greater form. He was consuming more of it each time now. And the idea, the story went that he ended up cancer-free. The phytoplankton, what it did was it encapsulated it, and it separated it from the body feeding the tumor. So when that happened, the tumor got smaller and smaller, and the body got eliminated it. So that is what the FrequenSea phytoplankton is all about. That comes in a juice form, and it is taken twice a day, and it's an antioxidant. It works with the immune system. It builds the immune system. And the sugar in it, it's all fruit related, so, and it's all high in minerals, sea products in it. And so the idea is that those are all the different things that the FrequenSea does. Now, FrequenSea also comes in a pure little bottle. I think the bottle is like that size. It's like a 4-ounce bottle, and it's called Pure. And Pure is phytoplankton without the juice form, which means that for anyone that wants to do just the pure phytoplankton, they can do that, and we have that. Now the limu, like the FrequenSea, is a little different. Now the FrequenSea is fruit related, phytoplankton, sea products. The limu is actually a drink that there is no sugar. There is an antioxidant. There is a plant that is in it that is called fructosidin, but it's not fruit. It's not related with any sweet substance. It's basically sodium because it's all ocean products. So the idea is that limu, for anybody that is diabetic and has concerns about their sugar, dealing with drinking it and having to worry about sugar, they don't have to, because limu, all it is sodium base, and it has the antioxidant in there. It has lots of minerals. It has the 71 minerals, but it also has your B12. It has the it has the fructosidin plant, and it is said that limu, for anyone that becomes irregular, that can't eliminate on a day-to-day, that goes many days without going, limu actually will help in detoxifying. It helps the thyroid, because one of the things that feeds thyroid is iodine, and limu is really, it's abundant with that. And so, and it also flushes the system, and so the thyroid and the adrenal. Limu is actually also for folks that have edema, and the reason being is because a lot of times when folks that either have worries about kidney retaining water and not flushing because they're so subjected to not being able to do salt, and if there's anything that's salty, they retain the water. The limu tends to balance you out on that number. So limu is very nourishing, and it is said that when people take it, they end up regulating their heat, so they're not working on so hot. And thyroid, a lot of times people are too cool, and sometimes people are too warm. And the idea is that when you start implementing the minerals, it actually starts to balance you out. Limu is actually, it comes in a liter bottle, and it is taken 1 ounce a day. And not to worry about salt, sugar, because there's no sugar in limu. Limu is also good for heart. It's good for thyroid. It's good for folks with arthritis. It is good for folks that have lupus, and it helps you to detoxify. It's great for children, and the reason being is because it's loaded with minerals. And kids with ADD, kids with ADHD, and just learning disabilities, the limu is loaded with minerals, and that is what the kids need in order to be able to detoxify. Now, a little on Ninja Red. Ninja Red is actually a drink that is, it's from the goji berries. And the goji berries, is said that it is one of the whole food. It's like a perfect food. It's a fruit that it looks like a raisin, only it's red. And the wolfberry is said that it's great antioxidant, and it's like an anti-aging, and it's one of the foods that regulates. It actually gives you the sugars that are missing in your joints. It's the sugars that are missing in your gastrointestinal tract. We work on certain sugars, the sugars that are good for us, and the sugars are in our brain, are in all the organs. It's in our stomach, in our digestive tract. It's in the joints. So whatever pain, whatever condition you have, a lot of times replacing, that's why a lot of people, when they do juices, depending on what juice it is, it's some type of a cactus plant, but it's high sweet, and when you take it, it takes care of an inflammatory condition, and you don't know why it's doing it. You just know that that fruit from that drink did it. And so that Ninja Red, Dr. Gary Young has actually put all the fruits of every food combined in there. He's got just about every fruit available. And the Ninja Red or the wolfberries are the most dense in what's in that drink. So Ninja Red is good for antioxidant. It's good for the immune system, high in antioxidant. And and it's like a perfect food. Actually, if you take that, you don't have to really eat if you don't want to. In taking it, it's like a good round food because it's so dense and it's got so much fruits in it. Now, we're going to, that also comes in a liter form. Most of the drinks come in a liter because the idea is that they want you to consume an ounce every day. Some drinks or some juices, they want you to have 2 ounces, but for most parts, in introducing 1 ounce a day is good. Now we're going to talk a little bit of the digestive health. The things that we're discussing tonight is that in healing the body, in helping the body to heal itself, the immune system needs a combination of different things. And sometimes when people come in, we're the ones that program as to what we hear from you, as to what it is that we feel that you need. Not everybody has to do all these different things. They are certain things that if you were to say certain things to me, I would then say, okay, you would be good in doing this, this. And so by doing that, and we change things about, and that's why it's important for a person that comes in the first time for a consultation. What we do is we listen, we give you certain things to start with, because you don't want to do everything all at once, because then the body gets too bombarded and it doesn't really utilize everything all at once. So the idea is program to doing certain things and then do others to follow it up. Now, digestive health is a little different than everything else that we've talked about, only because it is actually the probiotics. It has prebiotics, and those 2 probiotics and prebiotics work in different areas. The prebiotic works on the upper stomach, and the probiotics works on the lower. And so the idea is that it has the right combinations of probiotics to be able to not only clean house, but also to multiply. Once the body has been cleansed of all the bad bacteria and the bad soldiers, now the body has a chance to build, and with those 2, it starts to build up the good culture bacteria, and the other one helps you to eliminate the bad bacteria. So it also has flax hull lignans in it, and that is an anti-cancer, anti-prostate, anti-breast cancer. It balances your blood sugar. It balances your hormones. So a lot of times when folks come in and their hormone imbalance, the flax hull lignans that are in the digestive will do it for you. And your body uses that flax hull lignans to break down the plant-derived fats from that lignans to be able to then produce what the body needs per time. So meaning that if you need a little estrogen, it'll make that. And if you need a little progesterone, it'll make that. And if you need a little testosterone, it'll make that. Whatever the body needs, men, women, whatever it is that you need, the body will make it by breaking down those lignans, omega fats, to do what it is to balance you out. Now that works for men and it works for women. It works for everyone, for children too. And it also helps you to stay regular. It cleanses, it detoxifies, it lowers cholesterol. The digestive health is like the perfect food, and we have so many people that are taking that. The reports are that everyone that is on it comes back and gets it again because they feel so balanced. They feel that it's working, that they don't have these gut issues anymore. They don't have bloating. They don't have the acne issues, the fungal And anyway, it's like the perfect food. It's rice protein, so you can take it by itself, or you can include the digestive health in with your protein, and you can make a perfect breakfast, or you can make a perfect dinner as a late night meal instead of eating heavy. For people that are on a diet, it's suggesting good to do it on the evening, so that way there you don't go to bed with a heavy meal and you start losing weight. But the digestive health is, there's enzymes, there is protein, probiotics, it's got everything in it, omega fats, and perfectly for lowering the cholesterol numbers. Now, the Intramax and the Intra-Kid. Those two are, the Intramax and the Intra-Kid are, one is for adults and one is for kids. Now, it's the same combination of vitamins, except that the Intramax is for adults and the Intra-Kid is for kids. So you have 415 nutrients in the adults and 215 in the kids. Raspberry for the kids and mango for the adults. Now, what makes this so special? Now, when you take supplements and you take them in a tablet form, you take them and they land in your stomach. There's no interaction done in mouth or your throat or chest or stomach. It just goes directly to your stomach and it just sits there waiting to dissolve. Now, in capsule form, better, but however, it goes through the same process. You take it and it lands in your stomach. Maybe it breaks down a little quicker than your tablet, but however, same principle. Now we have powder, and powder is good too. Now that, when you mix it, it turns to a liquid, so that's okay. It activates and you drink it, and that's a good format. Better than the other two. However, what if I told you that we have it in a liquid form already mixed for you, but it has all the concentration of everything possible? I mean, you have for heart, for brain, for eyes, you have it for immune, you have it for your diabetes, you have all your supplements like the minerals, all your omega fats, 3, 6, and 9. You have your antioxidants like acai berry, mangosteen. You have all the different antioxidants in it. You also have CoQ10. You have SAMI. You have krill oil. You have just about everything. All the omega fats, everything for skin, for heart, for brain, for everything is in there. I mean, if you take whatever supplements you have and you want to find something, the sheet of paper that we give you, the flyer that has all the ingredients, you can circle everything that you're taking. Sometimes the regular vitamins like vitamin C, the vitamin E, and the antioxidants, a lot of times those are carriers, and those will always be included in every supplement that you buy. So if you buy something that you saw on television and that was for heart, let's say, or for brain, and you get it home, you'll see that the very things, the essential ones, are already there, and you just have one item that's different in that supplement. And what if I told you that you don't have to double? Everything is precise in the amounts that you need, and all you do is take a ½ ounce of that liquid in the morning and a half in the afternoon, and you're set. You don't have to have all these 15 bottles, you know, taking all these different things, when all you have to do is take the Intra Max. The Intra Kids, same thing. The kids take a tablespoon. They take a tablespoon in the morning. For them, you can do half and half, but however, because the kids are in school and all, it's good to start them off with the amount. However, if you want, you can give them half of that amount and give them half when they come home from school so that they can do homework and they still can be alert. The response with the kids, it's amazing. They're doing really good in school. Their recovery, they don't get sick, and if they do get sick, the recovery periods are very short. The parents are all coming back and they're swearing by it. They say how well their children are doing. Now the intramin is, it's different, it's minerals. Now for somebody that is trying to detoxify, maybe they're doing a lot of colonics, or maybe they want to cleanse, or maybe they know they're toxic, just because, you know what, the minerals are given and you end up taking a ½ ounce in the morning and a ½ ounce at 3 o'clock. If a person is taking a lot of different medication, antidepressants, if they're taking acid reflux medication, if they're taking heart or diabetes medication, or any medication that the doctors have them on, high blood pressure or cholesterol, by taking the minerals, those things will actually rob your body of minerals. So by taking in the minerals, now you balance the system out so that you're up one ahead as opposed to being less of. So the minerals will help you to detoxify. They balance the system. They balance you out so that you're not going too cold or too hot at different times. It normalizes the system, and if you have like neuropathy, or if you have where you don't have feeling, or you can't grab something because you have no sense, no feeling on your hands or feet, you have to kind of you know, tap your feet on the floor because you don't feel your feet. Guess what? By doing the intramin, that will bring all that back to normal, so that you have more of the minerals floating through your system, electrically almost energizing every cell in your body. That is what the minerals can do. Now, a little talk on the Manuka honey. The active Manuka honey plus 16 is all these things that I'm talking about work on the immune system. It strengthens. It actually works in fighting off whatever bacteria your body is confronted with at any given time to be able to heal and get back to normal. And Manuka honey will do that. It is said that for people when they go in to have surgery, coming home, one of the things they say is, you got to watch it because guess what? If you've had surgery, you know that you're going to have an infection. You'll end up having to go back to the doctor and they're going to have to put you on antibiotics. Guess what? The Manuka honey actually will fight staph. It fights the strep, any candida, and now again, like we talked about before, there are certain active sugars that your body works well with. It is replacing the sugars that your body no longer has because of your diet or medication, stress. So Manuka honey is one of the honeys that it's not real sweet, it's not as runny as regular honey, it's thicker, it has a different caramel color on the outside, and it's very creamy on the end. It is said that if you have thrush, if you have candida fungus, if you have flu, colds, sore throat, any condition fungal related bacteria, by taking the honey in, the active honey plus 16, by taking it with tea, by putting it maybe on any food that you can put honey on, you can do so. And by doing that, you will just take a little bit. You don't have to have it throughout the day to kill bacteria. You can have it once a day or in your tea instead of doing, you know, the other substitute sugars. Manuka honey can be applied topically. It is one of the things that if you have a wound that won't heal, by putting the Manuka honey on the surface, on the, actually I have a story. We had a lady that had a cyst on her breast, and it was hurting her a lot. And she said that her daughter came in. She had called me and said, "I'm really scared. I have to go to the doctor, and I'm really scared about this." And one of the things that came up to my mind was Manuka honey. And I told her daughter to take the Manuka honey and to have her mother put it on the area where the cyst was. And the story went like this. She picked it up on a Saturday morning, and I didn't see her till after. However, the week that, by Wednesday I think it was, she called me up and she said that, so amazing, she said that it had come to a head, and the Manuka honey, she had put it on. I told her to put it on as soon as she got it, and to wrap it and then do it again and just put something to hold it in its place, and to keep doing it morning, afternoon, dinner, and nighttime. And she did that, and it came to a head. And what happened was, she said it almost looked like it was gold. It was pushing it out, and it was almost like gold, and then it was black. And anyway, she said that Manuka honey is amazing. It does healing like you wouldn't believe. But anyway, for further on that story, we can talk further on it. But Manuka honey can do very many things on the skin surface, and it can heal any wound on a diabetic patient that that wouldn't heal, that hasn't healed, that you're working with, and it doesn't seem to get better. Manuka honey plus 16 will do its work on that. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about acai berry. Acai berry, it's in the market. People are buying drinks where they, they go to these different places where they make the orange Julius, and then they also make the acai berry now. And the acai berry is wonderful. It tastes wonderful if you load up with sugar. But if you don't put sugar, you can't even muster it. You can't drink it because it's too bitter and tart. It just doesn't taste good. So a lot of times, in order to make it so it tastes good, you have to really load it up with sugar. Well, then all the benefits that you are to get, you actually eliminated, because it's a product that actually works lymphatic, that actually helps to drain all the toxins from the body. But however, by putting sugar into it, you sort of cancel out the very benefits that you're getting. So the idea is that, how about if you take it in a capsule form? There are things that you can take in a capsule form that are very suited that way, and then there are things that are better taken in powder or liquid. And this is one of those cases. The acai berry is the purple berry that is very, very bitter, but it's very potent, and it works excellent. It's an anti-cancer berry, and we have documents of testing that has been done on it, and we have testimonies on individuals that had lymphatic lymphoma, and today they don't have it. Reports are that they're cancer-free. So acai berry is one of those berries that, in taking it in capsule form, it's 4 times the concentration in a capsule form than if you were to take it in a drink. And so in that case, acai berry is very good that way. It's an antioxidant. It works lymphatic. It helps to detoxify, high in vitamin C. And it's very energetic. It opens up, it helps you mentally. It makes you more alert. It gives you energy. You sleep good. You're more focused. And it's one of the things that when you take it, sometimes you don't get hungry. And it's all because you're giving the body the right food and the right nutrients. And in that note, I'm going to say that that's one of the things that I have actually talked about, that a lot of times when we eat correctly and we eat organic products, produce, we don't end up overeating, because when you eat and you deliver and your body delivers to cell, your chances are that you won't be hungry because you will be satisfied. However, when the calories that you're consuming are empty calories, or are foods that have all these additives and that have all these synthetic products in it, it doesn't make it a whole food, and it doesn't make it a good food. So a lot of times your body doesn't know what to do with it. I once said that eliminate all the substitutes in your diet. If it's diet, don't consume it. If it's fat-free, don't consume it. And if it's substitute sugar, don't have it. Because the truth of the matter is, those very substitute things, they had to put some other things in it in order to make it good for you. So when they subtract the fat, they end up putting more synthetic things in it. And sugar is one of them. Corn syrup is a big one. And instead of dairy, because everybody's allergic to dairy now, guess what? They're putting soy in it. Soy is not good. And all this sugar and all these substitute products is what keeps you heavy, and it keeps you eating more. So the idea is, instead of margarine, have butter. Instead of these substitute eggs, have eggs. Have your regular. Eat wholesome, and you're going to see the change about that you do. Now, the last item that we're going to talk about is iosol. Now, iosol, it's actually for thyroid. Now, I did talk about Ledum oil, that works for cirrhosis, fatty liver, and it's good for lupus. And so iosol, it's for thyroid. And a lot of times when people address thyroid, indicators of problems when you have thyroid deficiency, a lot of times having it checked doesn't really tell you much, because they'll always tell you that it's working okay. However, you're not okay. Because if you have a sleep disorder, and if you have cold hands and feet, and if you're irritable, and if you're eating salty things like snacks and stuff, that tells you that you're trying to get the salt for thyroid that you're not consuming in your diet. And salt, table salt, is not good. Himalayan is the best. So the idea is, even the sea salt is not good because it still has chemicals in it. The one that's the perfect salt is the Himalayan. It's pink in color. It will address in enhancing every food. It will help your thyroid, and it also helps your adrenals. Now, iosol is one of those foods, iodine, strictly iodine. It is said that what's in the ocean, it's really what we're about. The pH in the water in the ocean is our pH internal. So iosol helps us in regulating our thyroid. It actually will help you to lose weight in balancing. Now, I will tell you, it won't happen overnight. It's something that you have to do and be consistent on it. But every aspect in your life will change. You will sleep better. You will end up feeling better because you got a better sleep. And your eating habits will change because your melatonin and serotonin are balanced. And you'll be calmer, and you won't feel like you have to substitute any sweet or any salty, because you already are giving the body what it needs. We need changes. We need to do changes. And it's good to start doing one thing at a time. So in our center, we don't bombard you with many things. We let you know the things that are needed, but however, not everything has to be started all at once. Just knowing what it is that you need to do it gives you a start, and it gives you a chance to evaluate and then see exactly how you feel with everything that you implement. Now, we have talked about essential oils, vitamins, juices, stem cell food, colostrum, antioxidants, digestive, good bacteria. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is the different foods that you can buy in your market and different things for whatever condition you might have. The Echinacea is, it comes in a tea. It also comes in tincture form. We have them both. Now, the tinctures you can actually put in your water and you can make tea, or you can take it directly. Echinacea is actually, it addresses colds, flu, viruses. It, any condition, any flu symptom that you might have, it kills bacteria. It's something that any condition like not feeling well, Echinacea tea taken, it sort of zaps you from it. It's one of the things that it's like not even thought about. Anytime that you feel flu a little bit, got to dress, somebody coughed on you and you feel like achy right away, Echinacea is one of the first things that people, that a nutritionist or a health practitioner will tell you to do. The oil of oregano, for anyone that has an ongoing infection, instead of taking antibiotics, oil of oregano is the best. Now, oil of oregano, I have it in oil, I have it in the capsules, in the gel caps, and I also have it in a oregano spirit. So for anybody that wants to do it in a different format, we can address that. Now, oil of oregano is amazing. We have folks that have had surgery. Healing for diabetics is very slow. We work with oil of oregano for those folks, and for anybody that has IBS or or Crohn's or any digestive issues, oil of oregano is given. Also, anyone that has fungal, has acne or has a fungal nail or fungal issues like candida, oil of oregano is one of the things. All you do is 1 cap a day, and that helps you. If you don't want that, you can actually do the tincture, but it's very healing. And when you start taking it, you sort of understand. If you have a lot of ear infections going on at certain times, allergies, that kind of thing, oil of oregano is very good. Now, garlic, it's an antibacteria, antifungal. It helps with candida. That one is, it helps with cholesterol. It helps with heart. It helps with blood pressure. It actually boosts the immune system. It keeps everything at bay. It's one of the things that you should always have, and I always say garlic should be put in everything. If you're having a sandwich, if you're having a salad, if you're doing soups, if you're doing sauces or whatever, garlic, just chop the garlic really small and put it in your beans and anything, any casserole that you do. Garlic is sulfur-based, and that is the reason why it starts to cleanse, and it dissolves any impurities. It cleans the veins, the arteries, and that's why it's considered a perfect food. We do have another, onion is another one that works in that same area, where onions are, they sort of go together. The onions and the garlic go together. They're also, onions are sulfur-based. They kill bacteria, germs. They keep you clean. I mean, they really address all issues in the body by removing all bad bacteria and candida. When you start presenting these kinds of food, and these kinds of food you can do every day in different things. Just always have them, you know, sort of ready, cut up and everything so that you can put them in whatever it is that you're cooking. Those two things go together and they work really good. We do have a healing tonic that we also have in that, where we have garlic, onions, and all sulfurs are in there, the vinegar and the cayenne pepper, and it's called the healing tonic formula. And it comes in a 4-ounce bottle, tincture bottle, and you put that on your salad, or you can put it in your soup. You also do it in different times of the full moon for parasites, and we talk about that. For anybody that's interested, I'll let you know on that on a visit. And also green tea is one that works on the immune system. And green tea, it's an anti-aging, it's anti-cancer. There's been studies on that, and for anybody that does that instead of coffee, they change over, their life has changed. Green tea is also put in different formulations for beauty aids. They have them in soaps, they have them in creams and lotions. They're finding out all the benefits of green tea, that now they're applying it in other products. So not only are we taking it internal, we're actually using it on our skin. So green tea is something that there's a lot of variations of them. We do have them on site on our program, on our internet, and there's a lot of different ones for the green tea. So green tea is very good, anti-aging, anti-cancer. It benefits the immune system. It enhances the immune system, and it keeps you free of any illnesses. Also, eucalyptus it's an oil, and there's different kinds of eucalyptus. But the eucalyptus oil, it's actually an oil that is good in killing all fungal. It helps the immune. It kills any bacteria. We do have Eucalyptus globius. We have one that's radiata. One is dives. And they all have, it's good for respiratory. It's good for coughs. It's good in killing any skin infections, bites. Eucalyptus oil can be done. You can put it topically, but you can take it, ingest it as well. And you can put it on spot, on whatever bite or whatever. Or you can diffuse it in your home, or you can put it in maybe a little piece of bread and you can consume it. You can put it on your chest, and you can put it on your feet. Those are all different. You can diffuse it, or you can put it in a little cotton and put it on a register, and for anybody that would like further information on all the things we covered in covering the immune system, you can call us at 651-486-0525. Or you can go to our site at greershealth.com. Thank you so much.